Hey parents, let's talk about something super important for our kids, information literacy. It's all about helping our kids become smart and savvy when it comes to finding and using information. This isn't just a skill they pick up in college, it's something they start learning now and keep building on throughout their lives. Knowing what you need. Kids learn to figure out what kind of information they're looking for. Are you looking for information on zebras, where they live, what they eat, how they escape from predators? Knowing what you need is the first step. Finding the right sources. Let's find the best places to get the information we need, whether it's online or in books. If we are looking for information on zebras, a great place to start might be National Geographic, a well-known and respected source of information. Using information wisely. It's about knowing how to use the information we find, no matter the format. Never take whatever information found at face value. Cross-check with multiple reliable sources. You can cross-check by looking up the author, articles, and sources cited. Thinking critically and ethically. Kids learn to think carefully about the information and use it in ways that's honest and fair. Ask questions about the information you find. Is it biased? Does it make sense? Is there evidence to support it? Is it based on opinion or facts? Checking if it's enough. Finally, kids learn to check if the information they found meets their needs. Ask, were your questions reliably answered? Did the information you found lead to more questions? In short, information literacy is about turning our kids into lifelong learners who can navigate the world of information with confidence. Why it's important to evaluate websites. With so much information available online, it's important for kids to learn how to tell the difference between reliable sources and not so reliable ones. Here's why this skill is so important. Avoiding misinformation. The internet is full of information, but not all of it is accurate. Teaching our kids to evaluate websites helps them avoid false information that can lead to misunderstandings or bad decisions. Developing critical thinking skills. When kids learn to question the credibility of a website, they practice critical thinking skills. They start to ask questions like, who wrote this? Why was it written? Is this information backed by evidence? This habit will help them in all areas of their lives. Staying safe online. Some websites might look trustworthy, but are actually harmful. They might have viruses, inappropriate content, or misleading ads. By evaluating websites, our kids can avoid these dangers and navigate the internet more safely. Making informed decisions. Whether it's for a school project or just out of curiosity, finding reliable information helps our kids make informed decisions. This skill will be valuable throughout their education and beyond. Tips for evaluating websites. Here are a few simple tips we can teach our kids to help them evaluate websites effectively. Check the author. Look for the author's name and their qualifications. Are they an expert on the topic? How can you tell? Look for sources. Reliable websites often cite their sources. This shows where the information comes from. Check the date. Make sure the information is up to date. Old information might no longer be accurate. Evaluate the purpose. Understand why the website was created. Is it to inform, sell, entertain, or persuade? Check the domain. Websites ending in .edu for education, .gov for government, and sometimes .org for nonprofit are usually more reliable. Lesson ideas for teaching kids to evaluate websites. Teaching kids how to evaluate websites can be both fun and educational. Here are some lesson ideas and activities to help them develop this crucial skill. The 5 W's of website evaluation. Teach a structured approach to evaluating websites. Introduce the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why. Have students use these questions to evaluate a website. For example, who created the site? What is the purpose of the site? When was the information published? Where does the information come from? Why is this information useful? Fact versus fiction. Help students distinguish between accurate and false information. Provide students with a mix of real and fake websites. Have them work in groups to identify which ones are trustworthy and which ones are not. Discuss the red flags that help them identify the fake sites. These lesson ideas can help kids develop the critical skill of evaluating websites. These activities not only make the learning process enjoyable, but also prepare students to navigate the vast and sometimes misleading information available on the internet. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Here's a list of more resources.